Hi guys, so today's lesson is lesson 3.1, graphing parabolas. And the key concept for graphing parabolas is to know the equation of a vertex, which is negative b over 2a. And by doing negative b over 2a for the standard form of a quadratic equation, we would get our x value of the vertex. And once we get the x value, we can plug that in to our original quadratic to get the y value, and that would complete our vertex. And in addition, we can also plot different points by plugging in a value of x and getting an output value for y and plotting those on the graph.
So for number one, we're first going to find the vertex. So because there's no b value, it's going to be 0 over 2, which is 0. Then we're going to plug 0 into our equation, and we're going to get 0 for the output. So our vertex is the point 0, 0. The next thing we're going to do is plug in an x value on the left and the right of the vertex. So the first x value we're going to do is negative 1. So when you plug negative 1 into the equation, you're going to get 2. The next x value we're going to plug into the equation is 1. So when we plug 1 into our equation, we're going to get 2 as well. As a result, we get an upwards facing parabola with a vertex at 0, 0. Our vertex at 0, 0 is also our y-intercept.
So for number 2, we must first find the vertex. The equation for a vertex is negative b over 2a to find the x value. So if we do negative b over 2a, we see that there is no b value in our standard equation. So it would be negative 0 over 2 times 4, which is just 0. So our x value for our vertex is 0. And if we plug 0 back into the equation, we get negative 1 as our y value. And so our vertex is 0, negative 1. The next step is to plug in an x value that is to the left of the parabola and then an x value that is to the right of the parabola. So for this question, we're going to do negative 1 and 1. So if we plug in negative 1 for x into the equation, we get we get 3. If we plug in 1 as the x value for this equation, we also get 3. As a result, our parabola for question number 2 is concave up. Our vertex is 0, negative 1.
For our final question, we're going to first find the x value for our vertex. So we're going to, again, do negative b over 2a. So it's going to be 0 over 14. And the answer to that is 0. So the x value of our vertex is 0. And when we plug 0 into our equation, we get 3 for the y value. So the next step is to plug in x values on each side of our point. So the first x value we're going to plug in is negative 1. So the answer to that is 10. So our point is negative 1, 10.
Okay.
Next, we're going to plug in 1. So when we plug in 1 into our equation, we get positive 10 as our y value. So our point is 1, 10. This equation results in a concave up parabola with a vertex at 0, 3 and a y-intercept at 0, 3.
So that sums up today's video. For more content like this, please like and subscribe to our channel and comment down any suggestions.